It's what's out right now, okay? All right, at this point, it seems like we've been in quarantine for weeks now and haven't been to a theater, haven't seen any movies, and I think Netflix knows it's pretty much the only competition at play here, so we have Extraction now. So going into Extraction, I noticed director Sam Hargraves had a lot of stunt experience. He was Chris Evans' former stunt man, and he had done some stunt coordinator work before on some large movies too. And couple that with the fact that both of the Russo brothers were heavily advertising the movie, and they had roles as producers, and Joe was the screenwriter. I had some pretty high expectations for the film going in. So Extraction's based on the graphic novel Ciudad, and it follows the mercenary Tyler Rake, played by Chris Hemsworth, as he fights to rescue a drug kingpin's son from, of course, the other region-wide drug kingpin, because why not? And in his words, some mythic shit's gonna go down. Unfortunately, the film never really gets to that mythic shit height, and instead acts as more of another generic action movie. Director Hargrave clearly brought some inspiration in from the modern standard in action movies, John Wick, and you can tell in the choreography, but it forgot to bring the other half of John Wick's success formula, which is just the style and swagger that it has in every frame. Instead, Extraction has that early 2010s generic color grading feel to it. Think the fourth Jason Bourne movie, the one without Matt Damon for some reason. The obvious rebuttal to this would be to point out the film's long extended one shot, and it follows Tyler after he rescues Ovi as they drive through the city, and then they go on foot and weave their way through some towering apartment complexes. And it's true, but at the same time, it feels really awkward. It works a lot better when they are on foot, weaving their way through the apartments, popping in and out, looping back around, finding each other again, and you really get the full effect of the one shot. You get that extra exhilaration. But when they're in the car, the camera just, in order to continue the one shot, it just has awkward moves and constrictions, and it just doesn't feel right. Overall, there's just not a lot that makes Extraction unique in any way. The plot is standard action schlock, the motivations are trite, and the betrayals are obvious. I mean, of course, Tyler is distant from his wife and his kid's dead. Is there any other way to write a movie? Even with the R rating, Extraction shies away from showing its villain's true brutality. Like, his victims escape at the last second every time. God forbid we have to actually watch something grotesque on screen. With theaters closed, people bored, and the world at a standstill, and Netflix being the only one with real new movies coming out, I thought some good explosions could do some good, but Extraction just provides the bare minimum in all departments. Sure, you get to see Chris Hemsworth get strapped up with a gun, go in a city, and try to fight his way out, but it doesn't have an identity of its own, where like a better action film like a John Wick would. Other than explosions, you're not going to get much else out of Extraction, especially if you were hoping Chris Hemsworth was going to bring some of his trademark Marvel charm with him. It just doesn't come all together. But at the end of the day, it's all we've got, and it's going to have to do. With all that said, Extraction gets a 6 out of 10. Okay. Thanks for watching, and if you like the review, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment letting us know if there's any other movies you want us to review. Thanks.